Hello everyone. In this video, we'll create a crack and a simple glow to complement the lightning burst and strike effects from the previous videos. With this, the complete lightning effect is mostly done. We can also add extra particles to make it look even better. Okay, we'll focus on the crack effect, since the glow effect is very simple and doesn't require much work. So let's get started. We'll use 3 new assets: crack texture, center shockwave texture, and glow flare. Now let's create the material. Drag these 3 textures in and adjust the blend mode and shading model. To create an effect that spreads outward from the center, we can use the material function vector to radial value, which turns a regular texture into a radial pattern. We can adjust the tiling. For example, set a 2D vector with x is 3, y is 2. Because we are using radial, the texture is causing some issues at the radial edges. We can fix it by setting the MIP level to 0. Then duplicate this for a blended crack effect. This time, change the tiling to 5 and 1. Swap radial coordinates for vector converted to angle. This gives a straight outward radiating effect. Blend these 2 results using blend overlay. We get both the twisting outward crack and the straight radial line. Next, set up opacity. We'll use the shockwave texture, multiply it with the previous blend result as a mask. We can also use a dynamic material parameter with power node to control the crack intensity. Not multiply, power. Connect the multiplied result to the opacity pin. This prevents the crack from looking too tiled and makes the effect richer. 2 dynamic material parameters control when the crack fades and crack shape. The larger the power value, the more the crack disappears. Now for the emissive color part. We need 3 different versions of the blended texture. First, a very intense version. Apply power 5 to make it thinner and brighter as the core lightning emission layer. Second, a coarser outer crack, and then multiply by 0.3 to make it darker but wider. Third, a flowing arc effect that makes some current spread outward. Duplicate the previous radial gradient. Add a panner with x speed 0.1 and y speed -0.1. This gives an outward spreading and slightly rotating effect. This flowing layer has the highest emission intensity, so multiply it by 10 and combine with a dynamic parameter. If we want random colors, use particle random to drive a hue shift, otherwise just use particle color directly. Finally, add all 3 layers together and connect to emissive color. The material is done, simple but effective. Now create Niagara system. Find the Niagara system we created earlier. Add a new emitter, choose empty template, use mesh renderer, and set the mesh to the engine's default plane and base shape. Apply the crack material we just made. Set emitter state to self, loop behavior to once, loop duration to 1 second. Set spawn count to 1. In initialize particle, set lifetime to 5 seconds, color to a linear color user parameter, and size to a random value like 2 to 3. Add initial mesh orientation to give each crack a random initial rotation, avoiding repetition. In particle update, add scale color and scale mesh size. For scale color, use a curve template with intensity 10. For scale mesh size, use a curve. Start at 0.5 and scale to 1 in a very short time. Finally, set up the dynamic material parameters. There are two. One is crack intensity. When the value is 0, the crack is very strong. As it increases, the crack weakens. Use a curve to fade it over the particle's lifetime. Set the range from 0.02 to 1, so the power goes from 2 up to 100, making the crack gradually disappear. The other parameter is mask, which can be set to a random value between 1 and 3. It doesn't need to fully fade. Preview the effect. The crack is too small. Increase the mesh size. We can also disable scale mesh size if we don't want scaling, or set it from 0.9 to 1 for a subtle dynamic effect. If we don't need extra color variation and just want to keep the user parameter color, remove the hue shift from the color chain and connect directly. That's the crack effect. Very simple. Now for the glow material. This material is extremely simple. Same blend mode, shading model, and two-sided as usual. Use the glow flare texture, multiply it by an radial exponential as a mask to control the display range, then multiply by particle color, and finally multiply by alpha to control opacity. Done. Add the glow to Niagara. Use a sprite renderer with the glow material. Emitter state, self, once, spawn count is 1. Lifetime 0.2 to 0.3 seconds, color from a user parameter. Particle position can be offset slightly upward. Set particle size to 1000. Scale color with a curve template, intensity 2. Scale sprite size also with a curve. If the glow is too small, increase the size. Duplicate this emitter to make a brighter version with a smaller range. Set sprite size to 500. Color intensity to 10. That's the complete lightning effect. If we think the glow is too strong, we can tone it down. At night, this intensity is fine. In bright environments, it won't be too obvious. Adjust it to we needs. This is a very simple lightning effect. We can add more particles to make it even richer. The crack looks pretty good. Okay, that's all for this video. Hope you enjoy it. Bye.